Okay. Hi, Angelo. Oopsie daisy. Hi, Angelo. I believe that it might be a good opportunity now to tell you about what you can use to cure your chronic fatigue. Now, there's some good news and bad news. Firstly, the bad news: there is actually no cure that I've been able to determine yet using my basic research. There may well be cures available, but they are quite that will require some greater level of intensity of research than I've done. But the good news is that the symptomologies of chronic fatigue, which I also experience, are in fact, I think, treatable. What I've been using is actually, the principle is relates to how you manage the energy burn from the food that you eat. So in fact, if you were to eat, raw sugar, that would be something with a very high glycemic index, something that burns very quickly. It gives you a quick rush and a quick burn, and soon you fall flat. Then you could eat other things which have which are easily converted into fat, and that is starch. Starch converts into fat. It is a form of sugar, but it's a complex sugar, and it takes a longer time for it to be digested, and the body receives things like pasta, and rather than burning it straight away, it stores that, converts it immediately to fat and stores it for later usage. What we want is some form of fuel for the body which is easy to digest and has a slow release of energy during the day as you need it and when you need it. And I've found that low glycemic index foods such as Milo, rice, protein-based, like protein shake drinks like Musashi, which I use, and also protein, very high protein, pure and clean foods such as tuna fish, tuna or fish generally, good lean veal or beef, also chicken, but of course not fatty chicken. We're talking about something that might be prepared like a boiled soup or something like that, because you have a barbecue chicken, it's got a lot of fat on there, it tastes wonderful, but in fact it's got a huge amount of fat along with the protein that is in the meat itself. Now, my regime of energy usage, my regime of food intake is I definitely have to have my BCT in the morning. That allows my metabolism to work properly. I then have my Musashi, and that has been my savior really for years now. Musashi is a protein drink. It's made by a company in Japan, I believe. You can buy it in various combinations of protein and carbohydrate. I find that the one with 30 grams of protein in there, I think it's got 30 on there anyway. I think it's the one with the brown label with a P on there, I think is the latest branding on there, and it costs about $45 a month, and you have that every day. You must have that every day, because that gives you the slow release of energy that you need during the day. If you're inactive or if you're very sedentary, you'll find that energy is not burnt up and it ends up turning to fat. So if you have a relatively active lifestyle, you walk maybe 15-20 minutes a day, a little bit more than that, then you'll find that you won't be putting fat on by eating musashi, and you might even get you might even want to get something with more carbs in there as well, because it can act as a food replacement in some instances. Then another magic product is chia seeds, chia, chia, and quinoa or quinoa, Quinoa. I take a teaspoon of those every day. These things have been absolutely fantastic since I've been taking them now regularly for the last 6 months, and even without stimulants like caffeine, and sometimes even without the musashi, the quinoa seeds will give you energy. They used to be taken by the Aztec warriors, and these guys would take a handful of these seeds and they'd run around for 2 or 3 days in the jungles and fight their wars or whatever they did with virtually no loss of energy. And so quinoa seeds or chia seeds are fantastic. That is the regime. That is the main regime for providing you with long-term energy, and you won't feel the chronic fatigue during the day if you do these things. I have a very bad lifestyle. I don't eat regularly. I eat when I'm hungry. I also have I sleep badly. I'll go to sleep at 3 a.m. but that seems to still do the job and give me amazing amounts of energy during the day, without necessarily having to take any stimulants like caffeine, which I absolutely abhor. If I have a caffeine, I'll be awake for till next Thursday. It's just it's terrible stuff for me. So avoid the stimulants. Nice clean energy, and I would strongly recommend your longevity regime, which is BTT, some OsteoFX. You don't know what that is yet, but I can get that to you if you want. And also the essential fatty acids. You need the OsteoFX for the blood, brain and bone to be repaired. Anybody over 40, male or female, you've got to have the OsteoFX. BTT, without fail, you must be taking that every day. 2 scoops maintenance dose. If you think you're going to be doing a little bit more exercise, hit it up to 3, maybe 4 scoops for a very energetic day. And finally, the EFAs, the essential fatty acids, you need to take those because it manages your cholesterol and keeps your brain sharp and avoids things like Alzheimer's. I can explain to you the technicalities of how it works and why it works and how it relates to cholesterol and how that relates to brain function, but that's another day and another story. Right now, BTT, Musashi, work out the dosages that you think you need. You need your OsteoFX, you need your essential fatty acids. Take your chia seeds and you make sure you have good, clean protein as often as possible. That will keep you lean, it will keep you mean, and it will also, for people who are overweight, actually, the higher protein diet is much better for you. But easy to digest proteins, not, big steaks every other day and pork and all of those kinds of things. Fish is great, is a great one, and also things like the bean sprouts and stuff. Alright, that's enough for me right now. You may want to simply try taking one of these things at a time. You need to do a control and an experiment, and that means that you need to, for example, start with taking your BTT now is a baseline. You know what that's like, you know what it does to you. For 2 weeks, let's say, you start taking Musashi every day, and you find how much you need to take and how much energy it will give you. Once you've stabilized your dosage for that, you then start taking a teaspoon of chia seeds or the quinoa seeds. Good organic stuff only, no genetically modified crap, please. Okay? And also then you can start modifying your diet. When you are ready, we will also lock you into the EFAs, the omega-3 essential fatty acids, as well as the OsteoFX, which is full of micro-available nutrients like calcium and boron and strontium and magnesium and MSM, glucosamine, and other joint assisting and building and repairing minerals. Okay, that's all. Good night.